Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? So last week, JK was high. I thought he just didn't care enough to even. I just thought he wasn't enthusiastic to talk to Brooke. And when is Joella gonna wake up? Is she trying to get pregnant again? Is that her ulterior motive? Is to get knocked up again by Deodric? Like she gonna trap him? You got two kids and you ain't trapped them yet. He just going to you like a drive-through line. He just coming to get it because you got it open. And did y'all notice that little tattoo of that cross on Brooke's neck? Is that new or is it old? And how come Daniel just sitting there just antagonizing Bianca? Why did he wasn't gonna break up with her? He wanted her to break up with him. That's how men do, because they don't want to feel bad about dumping you. And if y'all notice Brooke's bra at the beginning of the episode with the little bling bling strap, I was like, that's cute, Brooke. That's cute. Well, welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade, and thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's kiki and haha and get into another episode. It's Life After Lockup, Season 6, Episode 16. We're in a bad situation. That's what Keith said. We're in a bad situation. Well, besties, how would you rate this week's episode, honey? Child, I be kikiing, ha-haing. I loved it. Oh, my goodness. Drop down the comments, besties, and welcome to the new subscribers. I see you. We call you besties. I'm your bestie. You're mine. Be respectful in the comments, or you will be introduced. You'll be the first to arrive at the block party. Okay, and I'm trying not to block anyone. Okay, but drop down the comments. Be respectful. Comment on how you feel about the show, not how you feel about how I feel about the show. Okay, I am entitled, and so are you. Okay. Please like the video and make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure your notification bell is on. And that way you will know each and every time I post my content. Now, baby, who we gonna get into first? Let's go on over here to, normally I start with who? We gonna go to Portland, Oregon, honey. This gonna be short. Will and Courtney. She outside hollering and screaming. Loud, ghetto, she for the streets. I just don't know why that lady didn't come out that house and say, Courtney, can you be quiet? You just hollering and screaming all in front of my beautiful house. So Will tells her that this situation that they're in, the breakup, is 150% her fault. Oh no, because you over here dealing with other men and they picking you up and giving you money. Mark is my friend. The ring is fake, Will. He doesn't give me fake rings. Where the paperwork? Don't worry about it. There are no papers. There are no papers. That's why. You need to fight for me, Will. All you do is say what I'm doing wrong. You went back to jail within 2 weeks of getting released, Courtney. You say I'm a loser. I say you're a loser too. I agree. You don't praise me for anything I do right. What do you do right? Put them lashes on, your lipstick, charge your phone, iron your clothes, wash your face. What do you need to be praised for? Why do you need someone to worship you? Courtney, are you in denial about really who you are? Because I could tell you. What else did she say? You don't tell me you're proud of me. Proud of you for what? You're failing as a human, as a woman, as a wife, as a friend, what do he need to be proud of you for? You were supposed to go to Sacramento to help him with his sick parent, his sick dad, and you out here playing games, and his dad is declining in his health. He wanted you to be there to help with his mom, to help out with your father-in-law. That's what you were signing up for. He said he told you what he wanted, what he expected of you, which I think is very selfish, but at least he said it. He was very clear. But when people are good communicators, you have to step back and really see the person that you're talking to. Are they comprehenders? Are they comprehending? And are they agreeing with you? So he said, I ain't trying to hear all that, you loser. You got 24 hours. I'm in Portland for 24 more hours. Come over here and get these papers signed, because I brought many copies because I knew you was going to rip them up. And I'm sitting here like, well, why do you, if she going to rip up one copy, Will, she going to rip up another copy. If she's not ready, she's not ready. If she's not going to, she's not going to. What are you going to do? Pin her down? Get it, y'all? Pin, P-E-N, not P-I-N, but P-E-N her down? I'm so funny. So she tells him to kick rocks and call him out his name, call him a B. And you know what? It's like this season, everybody is calling their people out their name. And it's like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? JK has no problem calling Brooke out her name. You know? And didn't she end up calling him out his name back last week, I think? She did. Then Deodric calling Joella a H-O. Uh-huh. That was the title of my thumbnail last week. That's what they put on the back of her car window when they slashed her tires. It's like, well, y'all need to stop calling each other names. And didn't Will call her a B? But not to her face. I think when he was in the car in Sacramento when he hung up. I don't like that. I don't like that. So he gets in the car. She goes in, slams the door. He cries. Oh, he gonna cry in the car. He did, girl. So the next day, Will is at his hotel. He texts her the hotel address so she can come sign him papers. She's stressed out. She mad because she is out of options, honey. So she calls her mother for advice. Mom's is like, well, y'all jumped into this too quick. You're married 2 days after you got out. You need to do some soul searching, Courtney, and become a better person. Y'all don't trust each other, so don't make sense keep prolonging this thing. So you go ahead and get divorced. Ciao. Courtney's like, well, I'm trying to end the cycle of toxic relationships. Baby, you're toxic. How you going to do that? You're the toxicity of the relationship. Hello? And she said, that's why I ended up in prison. Because of a bad relationship? No, you did that because you made a bad choice. Girl, you are the problem. Okay? You are the problem. Okay, y'all. Let's go on over there to Scottsdale, Arizona, hunty. Because baby, what is happening? What is happening? Bianca, honey, sweetie pie, sweetheart, love muffin. You know what's wrong? And Daniel is right. He ain't handling you right, but he is very correct in all his things. You do need to get a job, sweetheart. It's clear your settlement. It's clear that you got a couple of $1 million. You probably got a whole bunch of millions. You did. It's very clear. But baby, that money is dwindling down. And one day you're going to be broke. And just when you mentioned how you had to pay the rent last month, and he's been working for 5 months and he's getting paychecks, and of course he don't make enough to cover the rent. Why did you move from probably an apartment he could have afford? Why did you move into a brand new apartment? They got they got the covered garage. You could park your car in the garage. All the updated equipment, all the gray and white, all the things. Why did you move into this expensive apartment? That's why you're becoming depressed, because you're so focused on him trying to baby and babysit Daniel, and he kind of needs it because he's struggling. Where is his mother? You should call his mother to come visit you guys. Let her come see the new place. Bring her and her husband and kind of talk to him. It's time for a visit. So remember, he walked home last week when he jumped out the car at the light, and she's just like, he is so weird and crazy, and he really is, y'all. So he comes home, and she wants to talk about his drinking. So of course he walks off because he don't want to face that. He goes into his man cave. How you go move into a newer apartment and get this man his own room? A man cave. He don't deserve a man cave. He's not a man if he ain't paying the rent. Yes, I said it. Men are providers. Why are you taking care of him? That's why he acted out. Well, he's acting out because you keep your laser focused on him. And most men would like that, but Daniel don't want to. He needs space. He wants his space. So he goes into his man cave, or he goes into Bianca's man cave. And he said, I do that to shut you out and to block you. I want to talk to you. So she's like, well, I'm going to go sit in my car. I wish I would be paying rent at my house and you get to run amok in my house, and I go to my car to get away, my car in my apartment. Oh my gosh. And so now Bianca's kind of getting to her last. She's becoming aware that she's getting tired. She's getting sick of this mess. She's getting tired of his ish. Okay. So he in the house texting somebody else. Production was like, who you texting? He started snickling and giggling and snickling. So, child, he's coming home from work. She's supposed to be out with her friend Celeste. He get to the house. She in the room. He like, dang, what's up? Why you here? You ain't leave? Nope. I changed my mind. You back early? I didn't go. So they kind of go back and forth and back with each other. Daniel tells Bianca she don't care about herself because she's backed out of plans. She's supposed to be hanging out. She's in her room all night, sitting in the dark. And she said, yeah, maybe I'm depressed. He agrees because she's always just sitting around in a dark room. And he says, you're not honest. And I'm like, why? Because she lied about leaving. This man wanted that place to himself. He was like, dang, I can't never just get the place to myself. She's always home being depressed with that negative energy. And I know the energy in that apartment is thick. Okay. And she's like, well, how you know? You don't know what's up with me. You don't have no idea what's going on with me because you don't spend time with me. And she said, you don't care about your sobriety. You don't care if you live or don't live. And she says, I think I'm just done with you because he crazy. I'm done with him. And he's like, you're toxic and you're not honest. And that's fine. Cool with me. And, she's like, I deserve more than you. And she's like, get out. And he's like, she said he acts like an addict. Like his responses are just, addiction prone. And so he said he's not leaving because, his name is on this lease. He's a felon. He has nowhere else to go. She paid the rent that month. And he was like, he could find somebody else to move in with him. He just got to get rid of her. He said, you leave. You go. Because you can find somewhere else to go. You got millions and millions and millions. And I was like, Daniel, you should have asked Beyonce. Daniel ain't even doing this right. And I know, I just thought of it, so let me just get it out of my head, y'all. I know, but I'm just saying, if he was doing his part and making her, not making her happy, but just, doing right by her, he could probably get his own apartment if he asked for it. He could probably get access to the money if he asked for it to get his own little place. Not saying that's a good thing, but I'm just saying I understand what he going through. Like, I need some space. Okay, y'all, let's go out to Vegas. Let's go ahead and leave Arizona and go to Vegas, honey. It's a short drive. Short drive, Arizona to Vegas. Yeah. A couple of hours. But we gonna fly, y'all. Let's go. We gonna fly. We gonna land, and we not flying on Spirit either. We gonna take Southwest. So, Justine and Mike are planning to go to New York to plan their wedding, to look at venues. So her and the girls, they go dress shopping. Justine says she has 15 more pounds to lose. She looked rather okay in her dresses, but yeah, lose the weight, get a girdle, pull in that stomach. But I loved how Melody was picking out which style of dress she should wear. She was really into it. So they seem like they have a good relationship, and I love that for them. So Justine tells us, honey, she was married before to the boy's father. Um, yeah, she was married for 10 years to this guy. She knew she didn't need to be with him, but they had kids. She did it for the children. She was young. She said she wore a black dress. So that'll let you know that that wasn't going to last. And I was like, you know what? I'm so sick of people thinking that. I've heard of people, women wearing black dresses, wedding dresses, black wedding dresses, and I don't know one person whose marriage has last. I know someone who just got married maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and they wore a black dress. They're filing for divorce right now. Yeah, ladies, black dresses are not it for weddings. They got some kind of little over it. Like, why would you want to wear black? Okay. But I guess it has more to do with the people and not the color of the dress, right? But I'm just saying, that might have something to do with it. So Justine has not talked to her mother in about 4 months. And we all know that they have a horrible relationship. Her mom is just one of the providing type of parents. She gonna go to work. She gonna work overtime. She gonna work 2 jobs to make sure you have what you need. You're gonna have clothes on your back, food in your stomach, a bed to sleep in, because she gonna do it. Now, with that, there comes, the lack of emotional love, right? And kids need all of it. They need provision. They need for you to provide. They need love. They need mental stability. You can't do one or the other. And I know a few people, mothers who are providers, and they don't tell you they love you. They show it. They don't say it, they show it. They don't hug you, but the way they love you is go to work, keep the lights on, pay the bills, keep your phone on, feed you. You can go to school, you can go have fun, you'll have some clothes, you'll have, you know what I'm saying? They do it that way, and that doesn't work for most kids. So she's talking about it too with Mike's mom. And I thought about it, Bessie. I said, remember when she called him a mama's boy and all that? I said, oh, she probably was a little jelly of their closeness, because mom's lives at home now, because remember, her house burnt down, so she moved out from New York or wherever to live with them, and she's a good help because of the baby. She helps Justine out with the babies, and probably the other kids too. And now they have fixed their relationship, because his mom wasn't cool. Remember when she first got pregnant, she wanted her to take a pregnancy test or a DNA test to see if it was Mike's and all that. And it was like, excuse me, who else am I doing it with? That is so, she was so out of pocket. So she tells her to call her mom. So Justine, and her mom, they're still rocky. She called her mom. Mom, like, what's up? What you want? What's going on? And, she wants her to come to her wedding. She wants her to be a part of the wedding, not just come, but be a part. Mothers aren't supposed to dress their daughters, but at the same time, Justine doesn't want any negativity. So she calls to tell her mom about the wedding. She like, oh, really? Why are you doing that? Oh, okay. So you gonna invite me? Oh, this kind of last minute. I don't know. I gotta see. Well, we coming to New York. I want you to come with us to look at venues when we get there. Oh, well, it's so last minute. Let me look at my schedule. And Justine is crying because she's not getting, yes, love. She's not getting the emotional love that she needs from her mother. Yes, honey. Oh, that's nice, honey. We just want to make sure we make you proud of us, moms. We just want to make you proud of us. That's all a kid wants. Well, Justine, she just wants to be, coddled, praised a little bit. You know how Courtney want Will to praise her? Justine just wants a little bit of, You know, because remember the house in Vegas, I think that house is in her mama's name. Yeah, Justine's mama is a dud. She gotta do better. She gotta do better. Okay, so let's go on over to Iowa real quick. Honey, Leticia and Keith, honey. They been getting it in, honey. They just been, and he want more. And she like, my cuckoo hurt. No, it hurt. The kids are coming. They on their way. So she tell us, honey, she gonna be watching his phone because who is Stephanie, honey? Who is Stephanie? So the kids come home. You know the oldest. She just stiff faced. She's stone faced, honey. I don't know if this is because she's just a teenager. She don't like her mama. She don't like him. She don't want to like him. She don't want no daddy in the house because it's been her and her mama and her the sister all her life. I don't know if she even like the sister. Do she even like her little sister? She's just so blank. And I just don't like that. Like, but Leticia does give off that she puts her dude in front of her kids a little bit. Like she be doing too much. You know, it might just be a little too much. Just bring it down, mom. Like, who are you? Because you know, when you knew your mom when she wasn't in love, she probably was like cooler because you were her focus. And now that she's in love, she just, ugh. I get it. But they say she has a relationship with her father. But what does that have to do with her funky attitude? Like, she don't, it's not funky, it's just teenager. You know, it's giving, I got cramps. I'd rather be at home laying down with a heating pad on my stomach. That's what it's giving, y'all. But are you always having cramps, girl? So they go bowling, family night out. They go bowling. They meet up with his son, and they're fighting for custody of him. He's living with Keith's father right now, and you know he wants his son because I think that son he has 3 kids by 3 different women, but he seems very close to this child. The oldest is there. She don't like bowling. She want to just go to sleep. He trying to talk to her. She's talking, but she rather not be there. Um, so she goes off with the kids. She goes off. Tisha goes off with her daughters to let Keith talk to his son about the custody. So she's telling them, "Yeah, we're fighting for your brother. He's gonna be living with us. You know, blah 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 blah. You guys okay with that? Everybody okay with that?" Otis is like, the youngest like, yeah, daddy, brother. The oldest one is like, can I go to bed? So Keith is telling his son about the custody battle. So they're all like anxious and just waiting. So then they head to court. They had to go to Illinois. They live in Iowa, so I guess it's not too far. I do know it's not far actually. So an hour later after court, Keith says, what is the name of this episode? We're in a bad situation. They can't catch a break. The son was supposed to come home with them today, and the courts are doing what courts do. They give you the runaround, and the son will continue to stay with his father. And I'm like, well, that's not such a bad deal, Keith. It's like you did just get out of jail. You say you are rehabilitated, but you have to prove it on the outside. You know, we got to see how you really are. We can't put that baby in a tough situation. Shoot, Leticia is a felon. Her butt can't stay out of jail. She just got out of jail a month ago. Like this, y'all ain't no. We probably need to take Leticia kids and send them over to King's Daddy house. Quiet as it's kept. It's like, are you guys in denial? Keith, your woman can't stay out of trouble. She always stealing from her clients, lying, not paying the rent. She be robbing Peter to pay Paul. She stole the $15,000 from you and went and bought and upgraded her ring. Like, okay, Keith, but call me if you ready to get rid of her. Okay, I'll help you get your son. He'll love it out here in the Bay. Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all. Last but not, oh no, we got to go to Texas. We got them two couples in Texas. Y'all ready? Let's fly on out. Who y'all want? Kiana, Deodric, and Joella. This is continued from last week. Joella is fussing at Deodric about playing with her feelings. You playing in my face. Girl, close your legs. This can all stop, Joella, if you close your legs. Now I'll tell you guys, I got a message from one of the besties asking me how come I'm always coming for her and not Kiana. I'll explain. Kiana knows who she's dealing with. She's choosing to be with him. He has cheated on her twice with Joella. She has accepted him. She knows what she has. She's just trying to wait for him to change. Nothing you can tell her. Joella needs to stop her mess because she got them kids and she can move on. She's young. She needs to stop letting this man use her. He playing in my face. Well, you playing in your own face, Joella. At least Kiana know what she's dealing with. She's just as dumb too, but you don't have to be here, Joella. You don't have to do this. He hasn't chose you. He chose Kiana over and over again, playing in your face. He's not playing. He's choosing another woman. And you think having kids is going to get them. You don't, well, no. You got two and you don't have them. And y'all going to fool around and you're going to get pregnant again. And you know what this is giving me? You guys, check this out. You know, Southern men, dark skin, you know, they love a good old high yellow girl. He want to have his kids with Joella because he figured he'll have some cute kids. How come he ain't never had a kid with Kiana? She could get pregnant. She got two kids herself. How come they ain't never got together? Because they go back to high school. Remember this story? How come she ain't never got pregnant? He gives me that he wants, you know, the light-skinned girl to have his kids. But for some reason, he just don't want Joella. He don't want you, girl. It's different when he wants you. Yeah, he cheating on Kiana, but he wants her. He ain't right. Nobody's right. But Joella, you need to get out of this throuple. You don't need to be here. And he's stupid for messing with his baby mama. If you're going to cheat with somebody that you won't get caught with. You're gonna get busted. That girl get pregnant. It's going. She knows she coming over there. Kiana. Or she gonna walk into that hair salon and embarrass the best out of her. A mess. So Joella is fussing at Deodric about playing and help with her feelings. And he's like, he ain't owning up to nothing of what he doing, nothing. And she trying to call him out in front of these cameras. And he don't know what to do because she threw him off last week when she said what she said, honey. And then she gonna tell us how many times. So he trying to lead the party because her mouth didn't got too slick for him, right? So he telling us that he is not cheating on Kiana at the moment, is what he said. Well, duh, you sitting here talking to the cameras. You see how he do that word salad? I'm not cheating on Kiana at the moment, but I will be tonight when I go tuck my children in. That's how I, that's how I get away. Go to the faucet. I need that faucet. Did y'all hear that Kiana, Joella said that production be amping her up on what to say, and they came up with the idea of saying that she's a faucet. Y'all get it, right? She has a faucet, like her cootie cat is wet, 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 wet. That's why he keep coming back. Uh-huh. So Joella says they've done it 50 times. And I said, wait, he been out how many months? 4? You guys have done it how many times? He been out 4 months? Golly. Child, then Deodric's stepmama, Teresa, and Joella go back and forth and back again, honey. Teresa said, nuh-uh, you the problem. You know, she said she acting bitter towards Deodric when they just trying to be here for the kids. And, you know, we all been laughing about this party. Where the people at? They at this adventure park. It's just her 3 kids, Deodric, and his parents. I guess they came an hour before the party was really gonna get started to film. I'm guessing because they didn't want to have everybody sign, paperwork to be on TV. So I guess they said meet up here an hour before the party, and we're gonna shoot this thing real quick. So, honey, Joella telling Teresa, I'm not bitter. You know how you would be if Mr. Jerry had his other baby mamas over. I ain't seeing them at the parties. And so, she don't want the mother treating her any old kind of way. Well, close your legs. The solution to this problem, Joella, close your legs, honey. Just close them. Don't give them none. Don't let them come over at night. Well, it don't matter. You can do it in the morning. I guess no. Block his access just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just close your legs. That'll change everything. So Joella flips things because she feels like she got to defend herself, and she got a smart mouth. That's how I heard Teresa getting into it, and they say she like to play victim and then make it seem like we picking on her. And Joelle's like, he left me and my kids a long time ago with not a B.A. thing. Okay, so why do you allow him to just come on? Why do you let things go the way they're going? He left you a long time ago. You're not going to get him back. You keep giving him, you done gave him 50 nuts and he ain't coming back, baby. What does it take? You got to wait. What is going to happen? You just going to keep having his babies and struggling? You don't have no room at your place for them three because it look like a 2-bedroom. It's giving that oldest one sleep on the couch, honey. Joella, wake up, mama. Wake up. He left you a long time ago with nothing. With nothing. Now, that's something when a man goes to jail and you can't even snatch him out the pen. And he chose her again. She's not going nowhere. We still effing, and we gonna continue to F. She act like that's some kind of prize. Baby, that self-esteem is so low. Both of them got low self-esteem. And Deodric, you all right. He ain't no prize. I mean, get a new hairstyle, cut them hair, cut them braids. But it's like, it's just giving, he must got it going on, honey. So Pop's telling Deodric, you need to get your house in order. Because, player to player, he know what's going on. He know he having sex with his baby mama. He know. He done already told you. But he keep trying to drop little gems. And Deodric is not listening to his dad. His dad been dropping gems. Every time we see Papa Jerry, he telling Deodric what to do, how to be, what to say. Nope. Deodric gonna keep going over there. That don't make no sense because it's too close for comfort. She gonna snitch. She gonna tell. She act like they, he playing in Kiana's face. Whew, child. So he tell Kiana, come get me. No. So next time we see them, they at the house washing the car thing. So he telling Kiana that he gotta go put the kids to sleep. That's all he do. No. Oh, I don't know what I wrote there, but Kiana goes to pick the Deodric up at the Venture Park, honey, and Joella ready to go. Papa Jerry's like, we got these toys for these kids. She like, I got toys at home. He like, no, you gonna bring these toys home for the babies. And they wait for her to go load the car up to get the new toys, girl. But she got in her car, the Mercury Grand Marquise. Honey, she burrowed down. I said, not in them new tires. Girl, look at her. Look at her. She finna tear them new tires up, honey. And she kept the money. The Deodric was like, well, if you're not gonna dismiss that case, give me that 600 back. She was like, you must think I'm crazy. Ain't no baby mama nowhere for to give no money back to her baby daddy, honey. Because we know the Deodric ain't paying no child support. That's probably why he over there paying her in DICK. It makes sense to me. Uh-huh. And I was like, where is that Mustang he was driving in? It's broke down. Where the Mustang at? Did Kiana slash those tires too, honey? Because she had to go pick him up. So the next day, Kiana, they're out washing her car, and she's asking him, how is he? He like, I'm not good. My son's birthday was ruined, you know? And he didn't want to tell her, but he like, and I done gave that girl that $600 and she ain't gonna drop the charges. He like, I'm mad. The case will not be dropped, okay? And he gonna tell Kiana that Joella needs to be in a psych ward. Talk about she keeps saying we effing and we effing and we effing. I don't know where she getting that craziness from. She just crazy. Don't you think she crazy, Kiana? She crazy, ain't she, Kiana? Kiana like, well, why? Hey, no, wait. Why would she say that? Why she would say something like that? He like, I don't know. I go over there and put the kids to sleep. Is that it? The module tell us, I'm tired of people asking me, am I having sex with Kiana? We tired of you lying about it. Why do you think it keep coming up? Because you keep lying about it. He said, man, rumors spread like a virus. He said, I guess it won't stop until I tell the truth. Duh. And it's about you. What'd he say? He was like, so now he trying to put it on Kiana, like, yeah, you just as petty as she is. And what is this about you not wanting your son to come to my son's party? It's about the kids. And so the model said, you was being petty. Why you didn't let him come? Because I couldn't come. That's what I'm saying. Y'all both petty. I can't get no peace on both sides. You can't get no peace on both sides because you lying. How do you sleep at night? She bitter. You stupid. You ain't gonna find nobody better than Kiana the Modric. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And so Kiana like, well, hold on, sir, because she's not making this stuff up. Yes, she is. You know that girl crazy. I just gonna put my kids to sleep. Well, do you flirt with her? No. Do y'all do it? No. Kiana says she wants the truth, especially with these charges being drawn up against her. She said she just wants him to be honest. But I'm like, well, Kiana, you ain't being honest either. You in this mess, and he got you out here slashing people's tires and writing crazy messages on that windshield. He got you doing that, sweetheart. You're a mother of two. You need to chill out. Then she gonna say that this relationship ain't worth her freedom. Well, girl, you trying to go to jail now? You over there vandalizing people's cars. And she said she don't want to play tug of war with him. If she want him and he want her, he need to go over there with her. Go be with her. I was like, girl, he trying to be with you too. He do go be with her. He go be with both of y'all. You got him full time. She got him part time. Child. Kiana, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. And I just pray that they don't have Joella and DeMondre don't come up pregnant again, because they're not using no protection. And he probably taking it out. That's probably what's going on. Okay. Well, let's go on over here with this old crazy thug muffin Brooke. She is a thug. And so we continue from last week. She on the phone with JK, hollering, fussing, and fighting and crying. Did she miscarry your baby? No. Have you been effing her? No. You talk to her? No. Well, I'm done. Now JK do sound high. You sound like you've been using. Get your life together. Get off the using, stop using, and get yourself together. Click. Brooke calls Kathy, tells her she coming over, and she just the rudest little spoiled brat. And I don't know why they just won't check her. They don't trip off that. Girl, you better have to be from Texas. no Southern hospitality, no manners. Like, Brooke, I just can't believe that these people got you so spoiled to where you just don't have to respect your elders. You are from the South. You would think that Brooke would have some common sense. She's such a bully. She walk like a thug. Y'all see how she be walking like she finna do something. You just got mollywop, girl. You need to have some humbleness to yourself because you got molly and whopped. So she go over to their house. The stepfather in the garage. Where that POS son of yours? Excuse you? Not only are you disrespectful and rude, you cursing to elders, cursing. He in there. JK. No, he called her James. She's here. Who? Like, JK, you just be that's why you're in trouble, JK. She talking about the main beer. The main beer. Child. JK get up, his stomach so big, he looked like he pregnant. And so she over there giving him the business. You not picking up your phone? Are you drinking? Girl, no, he's using. He's not drinking. He's using. What you got going on? You not doing what you supposed to do. And he like, look, just because I don't want to F you all the time don't mean nothing. I said, no, he did not. I ain't got nothing going on. Yeah, you do, because you want to F that B8 nasty AX of yours. I was like, oh my goodness, Brooke, how can you just be going dumb talk? Child, she lucky he didn't backhand her. Girl, so production asks, did you do it with Alex? No. Are you a good liar? JK gonna say, I'm a very good liar. I'm lying now. No, they asked, are you lying now? He started laughing and he covered up that old raggedy, toothless mouth of his. I said, oh, he didn't get his teeth done yet. Okay. Okay, so he covered up his mouth. He said no, and then he looked down. Lies. What's the candy? Lies, the lies. So Brooke tells us that JK went to jail from ODing, and then he hopped in the car and wrecked. Then the police showed up and they took him to the hospital. And she said he passed away 3 times, child, and came back a 4th time. And then they sent his butt off to jail. I was like, wow. Wow. So Brooke comes inside. What's up, JK? He said nothing. Mom's is like, don't say that. You need to respond. And she tells her, look, if you go back to jail, I'm done this time. You ain't getting no money, no calls, no letters, no cards, no visits, no nothing. And she's like, JK, where did we fail you as parents? And he just sitting there. And so he pretty much says how, getting out and dealing with life. And, he was clean inside because he wasn't around it. But now, it's a temptation thing now. It's hard to fight the sobriety, right? So she asked him, are you using? Child, JK got up. How you going to be asking me? We talked about this. They doing a confessional together. We talked about this. He get up and get back. She said, watch your mouth. And she says back at the house, she said, do you need to go to a program? Go to a program. So he pretty much telling us that he is using, in my opinion. So Brooke has the piece of the envelope that has the test results in. So are you pregnant or are you not pregnant? She's not pregnant. She said, you're lucky. He said, oh, I dodged a bullet, huh? And then she started crying. But did y'all hear the stepdaddy where she was holding the envelope and he said, girl, open that envelope. You ain't getting no drum roll. Child, what's his name? I don't know. He was like, you will not be getting. You will not get one of those. I know it was sloppy, but I did the best I could. Okay, so she go in the bathroom crying. She says she's relieved. Most of her is relieved that she don't have to go through that drama with him. But she thought he would do right. Thought they would get married, have a baby. They was trying. So he go in there. He's behind her. He hugs her, tells her that he loves her, and child, he tells us that he's like he should have been treating her a little better, but he been on the fence about her because she just, he's in love with Alex. That's my opinion. His heart is with Alex. That's the first, you know, he could love to grow to love Brooke more, but she's such a hoodlum. She's so ghetto. And be rah, rah, rah. She's a pain in the butt. And Alex be cool, calm, and collected for what we know. So they both know that they're not ready. He would like to have a baby, but he's not ready. And he said they both need to get their stuff together because if you do know, JK, the one with the job, oh, heifer don't even have a job. You out here you better thank your lucky stars that you don't have ain't pregnant. And so, moms asked him, well, did you F Alex? He said no. She said, okay, so y'all gonna stay together? Can you reset? Can you do it tonight? Can you move forward? Kiss and make up, pinky promise, and move on up and just come on. We're not gonna stay here stuck in this little situation. Because you're not gonna be coming over to my house, Brooke, walking up in here like you the police. That little walk, she got all that confidence. Girl, you oh my goodness. Brooke. Whew. So child, in JK's confessional, honey, Alex calls him, y'all. She want to talk. He said, life is hectic right now. He don't want to talk. She said, we need to talk. He's still telling her he broke up with Brooke. She said, that's what you always say. You always say, I'm done. This is it. I don't want her. I'm done. He said, then the next day you'll be back together. He said, well, not this time. She said, well, then pull up on me. I said, what now, JK? Oh, God, you and that Deodric. Oh, my gosh. Are there any more girls in the town? So, back at the house, he walks Brooke to her car, tells her that he gonna marry her someday. And she like, okay. Y'all, and that was the end of the episode. It was pretty good to me. Let me make sure. I got Kiana. We did Brooke. We got Will. We did Leticia. We did Justine and Bianca. Why am I calling out the people who didn't go to jail? But besties, that was the end of the episode. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you thought about this week's episode. Please like the video. Please like the video and make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure that notification bell is on. And I'll be back with another recap. Besties, I thought Love and Marriage Huntsville was coming on last week. They didn't come on because of Labor Day, but they'll be on tonight. And I actually got 25 minutes to get ready before they come on. But I'll be back with another recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Bye, besties.